Hello there everybody, Michael here, playing Professor Layton and the Last Specter. We have strange noises coming from the cellar here. And she is worried that it is somehow related to the death of Evan Barde. Now, if you remember, Mr. Barde's death was very mysterious. He slipped and fell off of a cliff when nobody else was around. And he was quite an unpopular fellow, so people are wondering, was his death an accident? Or was it murder? And the most mysterious part about this death, I think, is the fact that Luke's father was a witness. So we are going to talk to Luke's father about the death as soon as we solve puzzle number 78, Lucky Tablecloth. You have a lucky tablecloth and you want to save it. And you want to have 5 complete 4-leaf clovers. Well, it looks like we have 20 leaves, so every single leaf is going to be used as part of a 4-leaf clover. And the 2 cuts you're going to make are first this cut, and then this cut.
I think this is right. That puzzle wasn't so hard.
And that's how those 3 pieces fit together perfectly to form 5 4-leaf clovers. Yes, that is very strange. Why did Mr. Barde cut his children out of his will and give everything to Mr. Triton? Let's find out. Mr. Triton, please, tell us what happened with the death of Evan Barde. It was a year ago. I was wearing ugly suspenders when I saw something fall off of a cliff. At first I thought he was going swimming, but then I learned it was the death of Mr. Barde. Ah, Chief Jakes, huh? Unfortunately, Mr. Triton is polite. He's going to give the land back to Barde's children when they become of age. He's not going to keep the land forever. However, it's not likely that Ariana is going to become of age because she has a terminal illness. Yes, Professor Layton, please stop talking in riddles. In case you haven't noticed, Professor Layton likes to turn everything into a puzzle. This is why he does not have a very active social life. Okay, so Layton is suggesting that Chief Jakes causes a lot of forced confessions. And he's implying that Chief Jakes might be involved with the death of Evan Barde. Alright, Layton is going to pick some wine. And I bet you anything he's going to turn this into a puzzle. That's just the way that Professor Layton rolls. And in reality, he doesn't know anything about wine. He likes tea. So why does Clark want him to go to the wine cellar? Does it have anything to do with those mysterious noises coming from the wine cellar, which the maid mentioned earlier? Maybe we'll find something very important inside the wine cellar. Inside the wine cellar, we find... Well, it doesn't look like we find anything. Yeah, it's just a normal cellar. Maybe we are missing something. I mean, I don't know. Will this cellar become important, or is this just a red herring? I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I know Clark insisted, but Professor Layton is rude. He is not being a gentleman. He is running out on his dinner with the mayor. That is really rude. Professor, seriously. That is very, very rude. And here's the puzzle. Puzzle number 89, proper storage. You want to put the wines in the box, but you don't want the same color wine in the same row, column, or diagonal line. You can think of the wines as queens on a chessboard, if that would help you solve this puzzle. So let me see, I think it's going to look something like this. Now let's just do that pattern upside down with the red wines. Okay, where are the remaining two going to go? Something like this? I think this might be our solution. See, we've got the red and white wines. They're sort of upside down. I don't know. Alright! I do know!
No puzzle is without an answer.
Oh, this is great. I just found a pattern which works with the white wine, and then I tried to duplicate it, but turn it upside down with the red wine. And as you saw in the picture, there are two possible solutions. Alright, so now we are going to leave and go back to town. We're going to have a brief cutscene, and then that will be the end of this chapter. Chief Jakes. Yes, he's definitely manipulating information here. But why? Why would he do something like that? I think we're gonna find out. Let's go back to town and find out more about this corrupt cop. The corrupt chief of police, and speaking of police, Inspector Grosky. Where is he? Is he around? Ah, Grosky has gotten a lead for us. Very nice, Inspector Grosky. Okay, so let's meet with Inspector Grosky, and then let's investigate Chief Jakes, the corrupt chief of police, and apparently we have an episode to watch before then, so let's watch this episode. The episode is called Hannah in Love. Okay. So that is the story of how she met Inspector Grosky and fell in love. I hope you enjoyed it, everybody. It was a nice romantic story. Kind of strange, and a cutscene. Here we go. Here's that cutscene.
What's this?
Gentlemen, I hope we're not going to have any trouble here.
Emmy, your methods are unorthodox, but very effective.
Thanks. Whenever you need a little muscle, you just let me know, Professor, and I'll be there.
I'll keep that in mind.
Who are these men? You think Jake sent them after us? Looks like Jakes didn't want to wait the full 24 hours to get rid of us. Was Mr. Barde killed by these thugs?
Unfortunately, we can't say for certain.
Alright, interesting. Emmy is good at fighting, once again. Oh, and Inspector Grosky. Way to show up after the bad guys. Aw, man. Okay, I'm not gonna be mean to Grosky just because he waited for the bad guys to be defeated before showing up. We really could have used his help in that fight. Okay, so here's the lead. Okay, what do you know? Oh, a young lady with an American attitude. Is he talking about Emmy? Sounds like Chief Jakes is trying to frame us for the Spectre. What, Grosky? You can't just run away. I think he just ran away. Okay, never mind. We'll continue the investigation on our own. Or not. We will not investigate into Chief Jakes. Wow, I am wrong all over the place in this video. We are going to ignore Chief Jakes for now, and just continue with the investigation about the Spectre. And that is the end of this chapter. That is the end of Chapter 7. So let's save our game and move on to Chapter number 8. Chapter 8, Face to Face with the Spectre. Sounds like an exciting chapter.